One thing that I remember hearing a lot of times from operators is that they don't have the people, and they don't have the people with the right skill set when it comes to bringing more open source in, and especially getting involved and invest in upstream work. What is your experience?
Yeah, that's definitely a challenge because telcos, we have traditionally been more focused on operations and maintenance work, right? And there's less on cutting edge development and innovations that you see in the software world. So uh, within the telco context, um, and so yeah, as I mentioned, like we are also going through this tech transformation where we embrace these SRE practices, cloud native tools, and also contributing to open source projects. And we also focused a lot on fostering this culture where engineers are encouraged to engage in upstream and contribute to the open source communities. Um, we also promote internally participating in these conferences such as KubeCon, Open Source Summit, etc. So yeah, I mean, it also helped us to attract good talents by participating in these things. Um, because we can always showcase one of these talks that we've done in these conferences, and also showcase these tools that we have open source. So there's a lot of support needed from the internally within the company, but at the same time, it's also very rewarding to see when we get like new talent, and after hearing from someone like, hey, I saw this presentation at KubeCon, and it seems quite nice, etc. Yeah.
So it seems like that this TechCo transformation is also kind of leading towards a change in the composition of the workforce within the companies. Is that a fair thing to say?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, yeah. It's a big cultural shift, and it's not just the tools, etc. I don't think that having the right tools will change this. It's mainly on the mindset and the culture.
So this tech transformation sounds really exciting, and it also kind of sounds like a bit of a cutting edge in the telecom operator segment. Like, is Swisscom kind of leading this movement within operators, or do you see others doing the same thing as well, and this being kind of an industry wide movement?
Um, Swisscom is one of the major leaders in this game. At the same time, we also want others to join forces. And there's Deutsche Telekom, Orange, BT, TELUS, etc., having the same movement, but I think they have different focus areas in the sense that, um, uh, from my view, Deutsche Telekom is more into this cloud native, having this infrastructure, right? They have their own bare metal as a service solution, where we are focused more on having the 5G core and the workloads deployed in a cloud native way, and also having the configuration or the infrastructure provisioning done in a cloud native way. Um, so I think it's a mix, and also having this mix is very good because we can also share different viewpoints and also our different perspectives. And yeah, I see there's a big elevation of the whole industry together. Um, we've also collaborated on writing a white paper together with multiple operators, and yeah, I think it's there's the movement. Obviously, everyone's in different phases, um, but having this mix is quite nice because different operators bring different perspectives. Yeah.
Is this also a mix in terms of like relying on open source as well as investing in open source projects?
Yeah, that's a good question. So one project I mentioned was Project Nephew. There, multiple operators are involved, There is another initiative called Cloud Cloud Native Testing Initiative, CNTI. The white paper that I mentioned, it's part of that. So it addresses how we want to see the cloud native network functions and the infrastructure being delivered by vendors. And there's also Project Silver as part of the Linux Foundation, that it's mainly driven by Orange and Deutsche Telekom. Swisscom is also part of it. So we also saw an opportunity that multiple operators are using IPAM, like IP management. It's a must for network functions because you have the sticky IPs, etc. The nature of the telco, right? So we implemented the Kubernetes operator called Netbox operator. This operator does the IP management within Kubernetes layer, and we have open sourced it now, and we have seen good traction from the other operators, etc., that wanting to use it. It's also in discussions to integrate into the Project Silver as well. So it's quite nice. Yeah.
Now, I was just going to ask, you've mentioned the acronym SRE a couple of times. For those in the audience, would you mind explaining what that is?
Yeah. So SRE stands for Site Reliability Engineering. It's a practice that Google came up with. There's also a nice workbook that Google defined on SRE principles. For telco audience, it's done by Google. It doesn't mean that you can apply all the principles into telco or all the services, because telco has its own challenges. But some of the key principles like reliability or the release management aspects, and the right observability, we can adhere to them. Again, as I mentioned, like it's not like a cookie cutter, so telcos needs to tailor it to their needs. But from the principal's point of view, it's very valuable. Yeah. So that's something that we use to improve our operations.